Good evening, children. Turn
Good
on the
evening, ma'am.
videos. Good evening. Sri Lakshya, turn on your video.
Ma'am, actually, there is one internet issue, ma'am, in my area, so I have joined from my phone, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. No problem, Sri. Okay, we'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes more. Let everybody join. And then we'll be discussing about the flower structure. So last time we have explained how it is, what are the different terms we use for the structure of the flower. And now I'll be discussing with you. I'll be showing you the video also related to the structure of flower. And at the same time, this week I will be conducting the test for getting to know plants. Okay, almost like we will be doing completing it today. So subjective test will be from the chapter getting to know plants. I'll be preparing the paper. So make sure that you prepare it well. And if in case like you feel like you have any doubt or if you have any concern and all, you can just drop me a message. I'll solve your doubts. Okay. So now you know what is the chapter coming for your Sunday's test. So 2 days you can take, revise the chapter, and maybe after 2 days or third day you can message me your doubts. We'll clarify it. All right. Okay. So still Neha has to join, Adya has to join, Bhavesh has to join.
Harshit also.
Harshit will not be joining for some days actually. He's out of station. He is. Okay, till then they are joining. I'll start it. So when we talk about the flower, they are the very the beautiful part of the plant, right? The most beautiful part if we talk about they are the flowers. Right, and they're the most attractive part. And the reason why the petals are attractive, it is to attract the insects, right? If they look very colorful, if they look very bright, then what happen, easily the insects will be coming and they will be sitting on them for the pollination process. So that is why it is important that they should be colorful. You might have seen like on the sepals they will not be sitting much, on the other parts of the flower like the stem they will not be sitting much, leaf they will not be sitting much, but they comes and they sit usually on the flower, right? So that is what, like the pollination will be happening. The second thing is like when you hold the flower, you might have seen a small kind of the stalk will be there, right? Basically that is not the stalk, that is also called as a pedicel in them. Okay, pedicel. So that holding part is called as pedicel. And when you move it, like suppose this is the holding part, this is the holding part, it's called as a pedicel. And then it will be like this, right? One straight kind of small stem will be there, and then it will open like this, right? And then you will be getting those sepals also out of it, right? So that down bottom swollen part, basically it's called as the thalamus. Fine. The holding part is called as the pedicel, but at the point of the thalamus, at one end of the thalamus, on the upper end of the thalamus, what will be there? There will be bulge structure, which is called upper end of the pedicel. There will be bulge structure, which is called as the thalamus. Fine. Now, from the thalamus only, these different parts like the sepals, petals will be there. Fine. On the top of the thalamus, what will be there? The different arrangement of the flowers will be there. Sepals will be arranged like this. The petals will be arranged like this. Right? Just a minute. So from that thalamus, the sepals will be like this and the petals will be coming out like this because sepals are present below, right? And the petals are present above. So these round structure, be it the sepals, be it the petals, right? They are arranged in a round form, right? That is called as the whorls. Whorls. Generally, we do not, say this, we do not use this word, but we always should use these words only. Fine. Now, when you're coming to higher grades, there will be the word used as a whirl only, right? So, the whirl of sepals. When I say whirl of sepal, it means the complete round structure of the sepals because all the four sides in the form of the circles, you will be able to see what? The sepals, right? Same way, the petals also in the round form, you will be able to see all the petals, right? So, these are both are what they are called as. They are called as a whorls. WHORLS. Fine. So they will be arranged in a different whorls. The sepals will have a different whorl. The arrangement will be in circle form. Same way, the petals also will have the whorls, which means basically the round. The petals are arranged in the round structure form. So there are four major whorls. How many? Four major whorls are there. The first one is the sepals. Find the four out of the four whorls. The first one is what? The sepals. And sepals, as you know, what they are? They are the outermost, right? The outermost whorl. So when we talk about the whole structure, the outermost part, it is called as the sepals, which is basically green leaf-like structure. The small leaves-like structure it will be. They are called as the sepals. Now, what they will be doing, they also plays a very important role. So, if the sepals are not there, then what happens? The plant which is present in the bud stage, right? So, before growing or before blooming into the flower, they should be in the form of the bud, right? Now, these buds are protected, or they are inside what? What they are present inside? The small bud-like structures are present inside the
Sepals.
sepals. Fine. So suppose this is a small bird. Outside the small bird, you might have seen the green color, small leaves. So those green color leaves are what? They're the sepals. Now, slowly and gradually, what happens? The sepals will open like this, and the flowers will start blooming. And that is how you will be able to see sepals like this in the growing stage and the petals outside coming. Understood, Shriyansh, Adya, Lakshya, and Trilokya? Fine. So the birds are nothing but they are the developing stage of the flowers, right? So initially they are called as bud, but later on they will be converting into the big structure called as the flower. So this sepals, what they will be doing, they will be protecting the flower during its development. Now, when I say during its development, it means during the formation of that bird, or when the bird starts blooming during that time, the sepals will be protecting them. Clear? And what they do, they are also called as the calyx. Calyx. Find the complete round structure of the sepal is called as the calyx. Calyx. Yes, calyx. Calyx. So, see, till your grade 5, you were using very simple terms, right? But now, since you're in the grade 6, you should know this term and you should use this term. Okay? When I take only one sepal, it will be called as sepals. Okay? Out of the complete flower, if I take one sepal out, I will be saying it's sepal. But when it is present inside the flower, I am not taking anything out. When it is present inside the flower, those all together, the green small leaves, they are called as the calyx. Clear? Now,
Yes,
same way,
ma'am.
going to the second word. Now, in the plant, the first word was sepal. The second word is the petals, which are the colorful, bright part of the flower. And especially what they are the scented. Scented means they produce some kind of the fragrance. Because of that, what happens? The insects and the birds will get attracted towards it. And also then, because since the birds and the insects will get attracted, it can lead to the pollination process. Fine. So see, sepal, what they were doing, they were protecting the birds, right? They were protecting the plant or the flowers during the development stage. Same way, what they are doing, they are helping in the pollination of the flowers. Fine. And this petals, they are called as the corolla. Corolla. What they are called as? Corolla. Corolla. So sepals all together they are called as the calyx. Petals all together they are called as corolla. Corolla. Clear? Now going to the third one is the stamen. So stamen is what? It is the whorl of stamen. So basically the stamen is what? They are the inner to the petal. So inside the petal, inner to the petals, they are present. And this is the third whorl of the flower. Okay. Third structure of the flower, third circle of the flower where it will be present. And the most important thing is these stamens are the male reproductive part of the flower, right? So we have two categories. One we have the male and the one we have the second part we have the female structure. So this stamen, they are what? They are the male reproductive part. And
Ma'am,
this stamen also,
ma'am,
yeah.
wall of stamen is what, ma'am? Wall of stamen. You told something, ma'am. So many
No,
stamen.
No. Whorl of stamen we do not have. Only
Okay.
stamen will have, and that will have a particular kind of the arrangement inside the petal. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So stamen is what? They are the male reproductive part. Now, what happens if you have seen the stamen like that day you were doing the dissection? You might have seen like the stamen has two parts actually. One, the top one, and the down one is the filament. Top one is called as the anther. Fine. The top one is called as what? They are called as the anther, and the down one is called as the what? It is called as the down structure.
Filament.
Filament.
Very good. It is called as the filament. Just let me share the screen so that I can explain you about the thing.
Ma'am, it looks like a thin stem, ma'am.
It's look like
It looks like a thin stem.
yes, correct. It's look like the thin stem. Okay, we'll go to the now. As I told you, the sepals will be there. It is the outermost whorl. What it is? It is the outermost whorl, and the outermost whorl together it is called as the calyx. CALYX. Fine. The main function what they will be doing, they will be protecting the flowers. They will be protecting the flowers during its development. During its development. Whereas going to the next one, it was the petals. Petals is what? It is the whorl which is present inside the sepals. Fine. Whorl present next to the sepal or present inside the sepals. And all together, these whorls of the petals are called as corolla. The main function of them is to attract the insects and birds for the pollination. So that is what the petals they will be doing. Now coming to the third and very important part, which are the stamens. Fine. The structure of the stamen is like this. If I take only one stamen, the structure will be like this. So this upper part, I'll just change the color. See, this upper part is called as the anther. The upper part is called as anther, and the down part is called as filament. Now, what happened? This anther
Filament.
has so
Filament, ma'am.
many, yeah, filament. So
Filament.
this, yeah. So this anther has so many, so many grains inside them,
Pollen
which are called
grains.
as very good, which are called as pollen grains. And these pollen grains, what they are the male gametes. They help for the fertilization process. So see, when I talk about these two together, when I say anther and filament together, these together are called as stamen. But actually, this stamen has how many parts? Two parts. The first one is the anther, and the second one is the filament. And these two, anther and filament, together are called as stamen. The anther is basically the bilobe structure. This structure you can see, right? So it is called as bilobe structure, bilobe. Now, why we are saying bilobe? Because it has two two lobes present. One is this lobe, right? And the other one is this lobe. And that is why the anther is called as the bilobe structure. Whereas down part, the filament, it is the stalk part of the stem. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Ma'am, even stamens is known as andrecium.
correct. We'll be coming to that also. It is good. It is called as the andrecium. Fine. So stamen, basically it has two parts, anther and filament. Anther has so many pollen grains inside them, and these pollen grains, they are the male gametes which help for the fertilization process. So, first of all, we'll write about this, then we will be going to the children side by side. Keep on writing along with me, okay? So that we can complete it soon. So, they are what? They are the male reproductive part of flower. They are the male reproductive part of the flower. Second point, each stamen, what they will have? They will have the filament and the anther. So each stamen consists of a thin green stalk. So the stalk is basically the holding part of it, okay, which is called as the filament with a bilobe structure. So how many lobe they have? They have the two lobe. That is why it is called as bilobed sac-like structure called anther. So they will have the two lobes present in them, and that is why they are called as bilobe. So each stamen consists of a thin green stalk called as filament, and they will also have a bilobe sac-like structure called as the anther. And what does the anther contain? Anther contain the pollen grains.
Pollen
Anther, yes, contains pollen grains. And in the bracket you can write they are what? They are the yeah, tell me.
Now, after you wrote that filament with a bilobe, what is after that one?
Sac.
Oh,
S-A-C. Sac means a small bag-like structure kind of thing.
okay.
So anther contains pollen grains, and what are pollen grains? They are the fine dust-like particles. So they are very, very small, minute particles, and that is why we say them as dust-like particles, which are basically the male gametes. So which contain male gamete. And what they will be doing? They will be helping in reproduction. So this is a very, very important point. Anther has two parts. The stamen has two parts, anther and filament. Anther is basically the bilobe structure and filament is the stalk of the stamen. The anther will have the pollen grains, which are the fine particles, and they also contain the male gametes, which will be helping for the reproduction. And all together, the stamens are collectively called as the stamens are collectively called as androecium. Androecium. Fine. Learn, see,
Yes.
break the spelling and learn it. Androecium. So androecium. So learn like this. So like the calyx is basically the sepals all together.
Well,
Corolla is basically the petals all together. Same way the stamen is all together called as the androecium. Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am,
can you? No, I was telling to show the previous slide, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
ma'am, what
So
is the meaning of
hmm,
gamete?
gamete means sex cells. The cells which are responsible for the sex actually. That are called as the gamete. Fine.
Yes,
So see,
ma'am.
each male and female, they will have the sex cells, okay? Those sex cells are called as the gametes. And these gametes, because of these gametes only, what happened? They will be able to form the child. Like if I talk about the humans also have. The male will have, the female will have. So see, right now you are very small, but right, when you keep on growing, when you come under the age of adolescence, what happen in your body also, these gametes will start growing, okay? And once the gametes will start growing, then definitely what we can do, we can, sexual intercourse can be done. So each and every individual on the earth, the humans on the earth have these male gametes, and that is important for the reproduction process, and through the reproduction only they can give birth to the young ones.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you show the next slide?
Yeah. Now coming to the next part is the pistil. So there were four whorls, right? The sepals, petals, stamen, and the last whorl is called as the pistil. First complete this, then we will be going to next one, pistil.
Ma'am, can you
Then she'll
Done, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you keep the previous one?
done.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now again a very interesting part, which is the pistil. Now, stamen was what? Stamen was the male part actually, right? So it was a male part. Now we need something female also, right? If the male is there, the female definitely should be there. So this pistil is what? It is the female reproductive part. It is the female reproductive part. So the structure of the pistil is like this. Okay, it will be like this. Now what happened? It has a three major parts. Fine. The pistil has a three major parts. This upper part, the top upper part, it is called as the stigma. The top upper part is called a stigma. And this stigma is basically sticky in nature. Is what? It is sticky. So if something is coming, like small dust particle, like pollen grains, if they come on them, then what happens? They get stuck on it. They cannot fly away. The second part here, this part is called as the style. So basically this style, what they do, they will be connecting the stigma with the ovary. So it's like, if you want to go to the other side of the area, then you need to cross it, right? How you will be crossing it? Through the bridge, right? You will have the bridge, or like metro station, you will have, the same kind of the bridge will be there to cross both the sides, right? Same way in the pistil also, the stigma and this down part, which is ovary, they both are connected together through this style. Fine. So three major parts are there: stigma, style, and ovary. And these three together, we call them as the pistil. Stigma, style, and ovary, all three together, they are called as the pistil. Understood, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
These are very, very important, children. The same thing in a detailed way. Like I have explained you in a detailed way. But in the 10th, you have to learn in very detailed way. The same thing. Now, coming to the first point of it is this pistil has the other name also, and the other name of pistil is the carpel.
Carpel.
Yes, the other name of pistil is carpel. Carpel, and it is also called as gynoecium. So stamen were called as endoecium. These are called as spelling. Wait, gynoecium. So gynoecium. So male part is called as endoecium. The female part is called as gynoecium. And already said three parts are there: the ovary, style, and the stigma. So the basal swollen part is called ovary. So the down part, which is swollen like structure, is called as ovary. Then the short tube like upper part is called style. So that tube like structure is called as the style, and the upper one, the knob like structure, which is sticky in nature, knob like structure at the tip of style is stigma, and the stigma is what? They are sticky in nature. They are sticky. Understood, children? These are the three parts: stigma, style, and ovary. And now these stigma, what they will be doing? They will be receiving the pollen grain. So if in the exam it comes, which part receives the pollen grain, then what will be the answer? Which part receives the pollen grains?
Stigma.
Yes, very good. The stigma. So stigma is a part where the pollen grains will come and they will land there. And inside the ovary, There are so many small bead-like structure inside the ovary are small bead-like structure. They are called as ovules. So see here, this here inside there. So this is down ovary and here the small bead-like structure will be there. They are called as ovules. And what happens after the pollination and fertilization? This ovary develops into the fruit. So once the process get over, the ovary will convert into the fruits and the ovule will
Will
develop
convert
into the,
seeds.
yes, very good. They will develop into the seeds. Now see, sometimes children, what happen? We get confused between this ovary, seeds or fruits. What do they form? So the trick I'll tell you how to learn it. See, what happened in the ovary, when I talk about ovary, in the ovary R is coming, right? Same way in the fruit, what comes? Ah. So like this, you can learn. In the ovary, R is coming, fruit R is coming. Same way, ovule E comes, and in the seeds, E comes. So by learning this, by understanding this, you will not get confused. This is very, very important question for any entrance exam. So if you write the entrance exam, there they ask this question very regular way. Fine. So ovary, they will be developing into the fruits and ovules into the seeds. So in the ovary, R comes. Same way in the fruits, R comes. So the answer you should write like that. Ovules, E is coming. In the seeds also, E comes. So never ever in your life you will get confused if you know this now. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So have you written this, Leah?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, even like the rest of the parts like stigma, style, and anther,
Hmm.
filament, petals, they get dried off and they fell on the ground, right, ma'am? Like of the
Correct.
process of fertilization.
Correct. So during the process of fertilization, what happens? They will be getting old, they will be getting dry up sometimes, and because of that, they fall off. And ultimately, anyhow, these parts are not needed. Once the fertilization is over, once the pollination is over, they are not required. And that is why, if they are not needed, they will just fall off. Okay. Now, we'll go to the very important terms. Two terms are there. One is the complete flowers. What do you understand by complete flowers? This is basically Olympiad question and the entrance exam question. You might not be able to see in your books. So I'll tell you two kinds of flowers are there, complete flowers and the incomplete flowers. Fine, complete flowers and the incomplete flowers. Now, talking about the complete flowers, basically in most of the plant, they are found. How we can say that they are found? When all the four worlds, when all the four worlds are present in a flower, or all the four worlds are present in a flower. Now, Shriyansh, can you tell me what are the four different worlds?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, sepals, calyx,
Yes. Hmm.
petals, also known as corolla.
Yes.
Ma'am, stamen, which consists anther and filament.
Yes.
And ma'am, fourth one, ma'am, I'm a little confused, ma'am.
Pistil.
Crystal, ma'am.
Pistil, it is
Okay.
called as gynoecium and it has three
Okay.
different parts called as the stigma, style and
Gynecium.
ovary.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, now see children, now Shriyansh have answered all four words, right? So if these four words like sepal, petals, stamens, and the pistil, if these all four words are present in a flower, then such flowers are called as complete flowers. Understood? If all the four worlds are present, then we call them as a complete flowers. And most of the plants, basically, they are the complete flowers. Whereas in the incomplete flowers, what happens? In some flowers, one or more whorls are missing, or we can say they are not present. Then such kind of the flowers where one or more whorls are missing or absent, then such kind of the flower are called as the incomplete flowers. I hope children I am clear,
Ma'am,
right?
yes, ma'am.
Hmm?
Ma'am, we could even tell like complete flowers are bisexual flowers and incomplete are unisexual.
No, actually no. The reason why we cannot say that, because if I talk about bisexual, in the bisexual they will have the male and female. So they are
Yes,
talking
ma'am.
only about male and female, but they are not talking about sepal and petals, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Whereas in the case of the complete flowers, what we should talk about? We should talk about all the four. Sepals also, petals also, pistil
If
also, and the
only
stamens
one
also.
is missing, it is incomplete flower.
Yes. So if any wall is missing, then we say it as the incomplete flower.
Okay, ma'am.
So here, if I talk about the complete flower examples, like mostly like we have the pea plants, we have hibiscus. They are what? They are the complete. They will have all the four whorls. Then the mustard plant is there. If I talk about the incomplete flowers, then there are the date palm. Date palm you have, the mulberry flower you have, mulberry plant you have. So that's how the complete and incomplete flowers will be. So these things, children, you will not be learning in the school, but definitely it is important, because when you go to your higher classes or when you write any entrance exam, they are used actually, on a general basis, they are being used. So, and it's simple also, right? If you know what are the four different worlds, name of the worlds, and see, now, if you don't know what is the meaning of world, then will you be able to understand what they're asking in the question? No, right? So that is why it's important to know what is world, what are the different four types of the world. Though you were aware that sepal petals will be there, but you were not aware of that name called as world, right? So that is how these things will be useful. Now you know what are the worlds. You can say easily that if four worlds are present, they are complete. If any one is missing, then they are incomplete. The same way, we have the two other terms called as the essential world and the non-essential world. Okay, two different terms again, essential world and non-essential. Now you tell me, children, out of the four, which two will be essential? Out of the four world, which will be the essential world?
Ma'am,
Yeah, out of the four world, which will be the essential world?
ma'am, I think pistil and stamens.
What about Trilokya? Adya, Shyansh, according to you, Lakshya has said that a pistil and stamen are the essential words.
Mom, I think the same.
Ma'am, same.
Okay. Okay, good children. Then it means then you have understood the topic clearly. So you all are correct. So basically, the stamens and pistil are essential word because directly they are associated with the reproduction. So they are the essential word because, just a minute, because directly they are associated with reproduction process. Whereas when we talk about the non-essential, they are not directly associated with the reproduction. So such as the calyx and corolla, or I can say sepals and petals, right? So sepals and petals, they are not connected directly with the reproduction. That is why they are called as the non-essential world. Non-essential world. Because they are not associated.
Ma'am, like in some flowers, ma'am, when flowers and sepals are not there, still they reproduce, ma'am. But when stamen and pistil are not there, there is no use, ma'am, because they cannot reproduce.
Correct, exactly, Shreyans, right. So if they are present, if they are there, then only the reproduction can happen. Otherwise, there is no use. They will not be doing anything. Just they can protect the flower, but not more than that they can do anything. So these are the two different terms. So incomplete flower, complete flower, essential flowers, non-essential flowers, or no, not non-essential words. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, one, ma'am.
Okay, do it, do it.
Ma'am, over.
Okay.
Done, ma'am.
And the last
Yes,
one
ma'am.
would be pollination. So pollination is basically the process of transferring the anther, the process of transfer of pollen grains from the anther, from
To,
the
the stigma.
anther, correct, to the stigma. Now see here, children, what happened? If I talk about pollen grains, they are the male gametes, and if I talk about the stigma, they are the female gametes. So what happened? Suppose here we have the anther. So inside the anther, pollen grains will be there. So what happened? Either with the wind, either with the water, these pollen grains will go and they will land on the stigma. And once they land here, the pollination process happens. So the process of transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of either the same flower of either the same flower. So what do happens? Either on the same flower they will land, or maybe they can land on another
Different
flower of the
flowers.
same flower. Yeah, another flower of the same kind. Another flower of the same kind. And how it happens? It happens because of by the wind, water, birds,
Insect.
insects, and sometimes the bats also, insects, bats, etc. And this process is called as the pollination. So the process where what happened, the pollen grains will be transferred from the anther to the stigma. Two conditions are there, either they will be transferring to the same flower or maybe the different flower of the same kind. And it happens because of the wind, water, birds, insects, and the bats. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
So any doubt, children, do you have now?
No, ma'am.
Trilukya, any doubt? Shreyansh?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am.
I think these notes you might be able to see under the resources, right? So every note, whatever we are writing, I've uploaded there so you can go through it whenever you need it. So by chance, if you are not present, so during that time you can refer them and you can understand them. Okay. So we are just now remaining with very small topic, which is about the function of the flower and also types of pollination. So two types are there: cross pollination, self pollination. But yes, we will be learning the types in a detailed way because they are important for your grade 8 also and grade 10 also. Okay. So in detailed way we will be learning in the next class. And can I keep one class on Friday instead of Monday? Because I think Monday I won't be available. I am not sure, but yes, might be. So instead of Monday, can I keep it on Friday at 5? Not 5, I think 5:15, I guess, in that case.
Okay.
Because already you will have some other class during that time, right? 4:30 to 5:10, I think you will have maths during that time, right? So maybe 5:15, I'll keep it, okay? But once it is fixed, then I'll message you in the group that yes, Friday you will have the class, compensatory class on Friday. Okay, with the timing I'll message you.
Okay,
And I
ma'am.
hope children you are reading the messages carefully on the WhatsApp group, because sometimes what happen, don't skip any message. Sometimes any important messages there, you should not skip that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
also refer the material which are being sent in the study group, right? In the study material group,
Okay, ma'am.
you might have seen it,
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
right,
ma'am.
Shriyansh and Akshaya?
Yes, ma'am.
So are you referring that social studies material I have sent it? I have sent
Yes,
the
ma'am.
math material. Fine.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
refer them. They will be helping you for your studies, because those notes are given a very clear way, right? So you can
Okay.
refer them and understand. And if in case you feel like you have any doubt in the math and science, you can message me so that I can clarify your doubts. Okay?
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, maths also.
Math you can ask me so that I can arrange actually. I can ask a teacher to clarify those doubts. Okay?
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
If I am able to solve it, I'll do it. Because little math I am also aware of.
Yes, ma'am.
If the
Yes,
class
Ralukya.
is on 5:15, will it end by 6 because I have another class at
Yes, it will end. It will end. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, kids. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank
Bye,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Have a nice
Bye-bye.
day, ma'am.
Bye.
Have a
Thank you.
nice day, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.